Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Grace. Okay, you guys know what a reading slump is, right? It's like when you just can't motivate yourself to read, even though you know you love to read, you know you love the hobby, but like every time you pick up a book, it just seems dry and boring and you just can't motivate yourself to pick up anything or to enjoy anything. Blah, isn't that the worst? Oh my god. Okay, seriously though, I've been in a reading slump since the pandemic started. So for like a month and a half at this point, I have been in a reading slump. And it seemed like everything I picked, dude, I started like 4 different books and I just could not find one that I was really engaged in and wanted to read, and I just hadn't finished anything for a while. But this past week, it all changed. And I found some books that were really engaging and I picked them up and read them, and I am out of my reading slump. So I'm super excited and I want to tell you guys about books that not only have gotten me out of reading slumps, but books that I feel like might get you out of reading slumps too, right? Okay, so currently, let me tell you what I'm currently reading that has actually been so engaging and just got me back into reading over, you know, this past week or so. Actually, it's really only been like a week. And that is Keeper of the Lost Cities, and I'm not even finished with it yet. Here's my bookmark. But Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger has been so exciting and so engaging. All right, so there's this girl. Her name is Sophie. She's like 12 years old, and she's a telepath. She can hear people's thoughts, but it's like her secret, and she doesn't want to tell anybody that she can hear everybody's thoughts because she thinks everybody's going to think she's weird and a freak, which they probably would, honestly. But then one day, so that's Sophie. Then one day, this dude named Fitz shows up and is like, "Hi, you have superpowers, I have superpowers, and actually I've been looking for you because you're not entirely human and I'm not entirely human, and there's this whole secret society of like us non-humans, and you should come meet the rest of us." And Sophie's just like, what? And mine just as she's trying to figure out, wait, who am I? Wait, are my parents actually my parents? I'm not human. My parents are human. What is happening? My god, it's so fun. Keeper of the Lost Cities. If you're in a reading slump, this is one that could possibly get you out of it. All right, I want to tell you guys about the very first book that got me out of a major reading slump. Dude, seriously, I was in a reading slump for like 8 years during college and during school, really. Because I went to college and I went to like another school after that. So like I was in a reading slump for like 8 years. And because I was an English major in college and I just had to read so much for college that picking up a book for fun just didn't seem fun, right? So then like it was like a year after school was over, I decided I wanted to try to get back into reading. And I picked up Throne of Glass, you guys, back then. And oh my goodness, I tore through the Throne of Glass series. After that, I was just grabbing everything I could get my hands on and reading everything again, and I was back into the hobby of reading. But anyway, Throne of Glass follows the main character. Her name is Selena. So Selena Sardothian, and she is an assassin. In the very first book, she has to compete in like this assassin competition in order to win the position of being the king's head assassin. And so she's competing in these assassin trials thing in the first book, and then this story goes on from there, multiple books. And anyway, I freaking love Selena, and I love all the side characters too. And okay, I don't expect anything super deep out of Throne of Glass. They're just mainly just fun. There's a fun love triangle going on. They're young adults. So you've got an assassin, you've got 2 princely guys who are into her because she's the king's assassin in the king's court, and I don't know, it's just really fun, really engaging, and there's some magic, and it is fantasy, so there's some magic and stuff like that going on too. And anyway, if you haven't read Throne of Glass and you're in a reading slump, this one might definitely just be the book series to get you out of that reading slump. Another book that just might get you out of a reading slump is The Martian by Andy Weir. There was some fuzz on that one. Anyway, all right, The Martian. is about a guy named Mark Watney, and Mark Watney gets stuck on Mars. It's obviously science fiction because humans have not gone to the planet Mars yet, but Mark Watney was an astronaut on an expedition on Mars, and something goes wrong and his space shuttle takes off without him. So he is stuck on Mars, having to survive on Mars all by himself. And his brain is like the most engaging, most interesting brain to read a story from. Oh my gosh. Like, this is the kind of book that, like, you can't put down because A, he's trying to survive, it's really intense, you want to know how he's going to survive, but Mark is funny. Like, just the way he thinks, he is one hilarious guy. He is hilariously funny, really engaging, and all the things that he tries to come up with to find a way off of Mars. If you have not read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda yet and you are in a reading slump, this is another book that quite possibly could get you out of that reading slump. It's about a kid in high school who's just trying to figure out who he is, and he has to deal with school bullies, and he has to deal with family drama and friend group drama as he's figuring out who he is, and as he's figuring out that it's okay to be who he is. And all those things that you try and figure out and deal with in high school, but main character's name is Simon, and Simon is just one of the most engaging characters to read from his perspective, and you're just rooting for him the whole time. And honestly, I was hesitant to pick up this book because, like, I'm not typically into high school dramas. You know, I don't know. I wasn't really into high school when I was at high school, so I'm like, why do I want to read a book about a high school drama? Ugh. But I had heard so many good things about it, and Becky Albertalli is, like, such a great writer, So I went ahead and picked it up. I went for it, and I did not regret it. I could not put this book down. So if you love to read contemporaries and have not picked up Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda yet and are in a reading slump, highly, 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 highly recommend Simon. Another book I have for you is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. Alright, so there's this village that is surrounded by this dark wood. These woods are like evil and corrupt and dark, and like all this creepy evil stuff happens in these woods. However, they have a wizard who lives in a tower kind of like at the edge of the village or kind of off in the distance a little bit, and his magic powers keep the evil woods at bay. However, he charges a price to help keep the evil in the woods away from this village. And his price is that one girl has to come and stay with him in his tower every 10 years and be his servant in his tower. One girl from the village, that is. Well, our main character, I can't say her name though. I think her name is like Akaniska? Ugh, I don't know. I can't say it. I'm sorry. But our main character, of course, gets chosen to go and be the servant of this wizard and live in his tower. So it's kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, actually, but there's a lot of differences, but there's a lot of similarities to Beauty and the Beast as well. Anyway, so of course she doesn't want to go because she loves her village, she loves her friend, she has her best friend that lives in the village, and she's got her family, and she just doesn't want to go, but she goes because she has to do her duty to help protect the village. And just the magic is really cool because he's a wizard and he's got all these magic books and all these magic spells that he does, and so wonderful, so captivating, and just absolutely, it's a good read. Okay guys, another book I have for you to get you out of a reading slump is called The Renegades. It's by Marissa Meyer, and it is all about people with superpowers. Okay, so the Renegades are this group of people with superpowers who overthrew all the villains, all the supervillains who had taken over the world, and they've established peace, order, justice in the world. Alright, our main character, her name is Nova. That's her right there. And she is actually the daughter of a supervillain that was overthrown by the Renegades. And so she is on a mission for revenge to infiltrate the Renegade group. The superpowers are so unique and interesting that different people have, and it is just written in just like a fun, upbeat kind of way that will definitely get you out of a reading slump if you found yourself in one. So, anyway, the last book I have for you is The Renegades by Marissa Meyer. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like button for me. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button because I want to see more of your face and I want you to be able to see more of my face. I freaking love you. And I'll see you in the next video.